Hello students, welcome back to English class. Today we are going to revise about the topic countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Before going to the concept, all of you take your grammar book and a pencil. Students, already we know very well about nouns. Then what about countable? Countable means able to count. What do you mean by countable? Countable means able to count. Nouns which can be counted is known as countable nouns. What do you mean by countable nouns? Countable nouns or nouns which can be counted. It is known as countable nouns. Look at the example here. What is the first example? What is the first example given here? Yes, the first example is apples. How many apples are there? Totally 3 apples are there. So it is a countable noun because we can easily count the apples. Okay, let's move to the next example. What is the next example? Yes, spoons. How many spoons are there in the picture? Totally 6 spoons are there. So it is also a best example for countable nouns. And one more thing, countable nouns have plural form also. Countable noun have both singular and plural form. Now we know very well about countable nouns. Then what about uncountable nouns? Uncountable nouns are nouns which cannot be counted. What do you mean by uncountable nouns? Uncountable nouns are nouns which cannot be counted. Okay students, let us see some examples. What is the first example given here? It's looking like salt. Yes, you are right, it's a salt packet only. Can you count the salt? No, it's impossible. No one can count the salt. So instead we can say a packet of salt. What do you want to say? A packet of salt, because uncountable nouns, they don't have plural form. What I said, countable nouns have plural form, but uncountable nouns don't have plural form. Let us see the second example. What is the second example given in the picture? It's a cheese. So can you count the cheese? No, we couldn't count the cheese. Instead of that, we can say a piece of cheese. What do you want to say? A piece of cheese. Already as I said that nouns which cannot be counted known as uncountable nouns, and they don't have a plural form also. Friends, already you are ready with your grammar book. Okay, let's do the first exercise. What is the first exercise given? Write C for the countable nouns and UN for the uncountable nouns. Okay, now what you want to do means they given some words here. We have to read it properly. If the given word is a countable noun, you have to write C. If the given word is an uncountable word, you have to write UN. Okay, let us do the first one. What is the first one? Balloon. Yes, we can easily count the balloon. So, balloon is an countable noun. So, write the letter C for the first one. The first answer is countable noun. Okay, write C. Let's move to the second one. What is the second one? Hat. We cannot count it because we cannot separate also. So, second answer is uncountable. Write the letters UN. Let's move to the third one, kites. Okay, I will show you 5 kites. I will show you not 5, I will show you some kites. Can you count? Yes, we can easily count the kites. So, kites is an example for countable nouns. So, what do you want to write the third answer? The third answer is C. Okay, let's move to the fourth one, money. Money, is money countable or uncountable? Yes, you're right. Money is an uncountable noun because we cannot say how many money do you have. If you're asking money to your parents, how many if you're asking money to your parents or anyone, do you ask like that, how many money do you have? Because this is not correct. How much money do you have? So how much is mostly used for uncountable nouns only. So money is so the fourth answer is uncountable, un. Okay students, remaining you should try okay. I have written 4 answers here, remaining you should try in your grammar book. Students, already we have completed first exercise. Now we are going to do second exercise. What is the second exercise given here? Fill in the blanks with the help of the picture clues. Okay, we have given some pictures. With the help of these pictures, we have to find out the answer. Okay, let us try. What is the first one? A dash of water. What is there in the picture? Because water is an uncountable noun, we cannot separate or we cannot count the water. So what is the picture given here? A glass. So the answer is glass, a glass of water. We can say a glass of water. Let's move to the second one. A dash of bread. So what is there in the picture? A bread. We cannot it is also an uncountable noun. So the answer is loaf. 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 A loaf of bread. Okay. Let's see the third one. A dash of soap. So soap is also an uncountable noun. We cannot separate or we cannot count it. So we can say a cake of soap. What do you want to say? A cake of soap. Okay students, totally 6 are given. Already we have completed 3. Remaining 3 you should try in your grammar book. Students, already as I said that countable nouns have both singular and plural form. Let us see. What do you mean by singular? Singular means single. When we talk about one person, one animal, one place or one thing, it is known as singular. So then what do you mean by plural? Opposite to singular. When we talk about more than one person, more than one place or more than one animal, more than one thing, it is known as plural form. So what do you mean by singular? Singular means one person, one place, one animal and one thing. What do you mean by plural form? More than one person, more than one animal, more than one place and more than one thing. It is known as plural form. Let us see an example here. What is the first example? It's a toy. How many toys are there? Just one toy is there. So it is a singular noun. Okay, let us see it in the plural form. How many toys are there here? Totally 2 toys. Already as I said that more than one. So 2 toys are there. So it is a plural form. Okay, let's see the second example. Okay, what is the example? What is the picture given here? Rat. How many rats are there? Totally 1 rat. So it is a singular noun. Okay, let's move to the plural form. How many rats are there? Totally more than 1. So it is known as plural form. So this is the difference between singular and plural. Singular means when we talk about one thing. Plural means we can talk about more than one. Students, now we are going to see how to change singular noun to plural noun. When we are changing from singular to plural, we should follow some rules. Let us see what are they. If a noun ending in S, SS, X, SH, CH or O, we have to add ES at the end of the word. Okay, let us see some examples, then you can understand easily. Look at the first example. What is the first one? Bus. It is a singular noun. So what is the last letter in the word bus? S. Okay, if a noun will be end at S, you have to add ES to make it as plural form. Look at the plural form buses. we have to add es. Let us move to the second one, glass. What are the last two letters? SS. So we have to add es to make it this word as plural, glasses. Let us see the third one, box. What is the last letter? X. X means we have to add es to make this word as plural form, boxes. Let us see the fourth one, brush. What are the last two letters? SH. So its plural form is brushes. We added es. Let's move to the next example, bench. What are the last two letters? CH. So we added es. So the plural form of bench is benches. Let's move to the last word, tomato. What is the last letter? O. So we added es. So the plural form for tomato is tomatoes. So if a noun, a simple thing, you just keep it in your mind. If a noun ending in s or ss or x or sh or ch or o, we have to add es to make that words as plural. Students, already we have seen the first rule. Now we are going to see the second rule. What is the second rule? If a noun ending in any consonant followed by the letter y, we have to add ies. What is the second rule? If a noun ends with any consonant letter will be followed by the letter y, we have to add ies. Let us see an example here. What is the first example? Puppy. What are the last two letters? P, Y. Here, P is a consonant. It was followed by the letter Y. If the words will be, if a noun will be ends with any consonant followed by the letter Y, we have to remove the last letter Y and add ies to make this word plural form. So the singular noun is puppy and the plural form is puppies, because we have dropped the letter y and instead we added ies. And the second example is baby. Okay, as usual, what are the last two letters? B and Y. Actually, B is a consonant. It was followed by the letter Y. So what we have to do? We have to remove the last letter Y and instead we have to add ies. Babies. So babies is the plural form for the singular noun baby. And the last example is lady. Okay, what are the last two letters? D, Y. So D is a consonant followed by the letter Y. So we have removed the letter Y and added ies. So ladies. Lady is the singular noun and ladies are the plural form of lady. So just what we have to do means we have to see the last letter. If it is a consonant followed by the letter Y, we should remove the last letter Y and add ies. Students, now we are going to see the third rule. What is the third rule? If a noun ending in F or FE, we have to add VES. What is the third rule? If a noun ends with the letter F or FE, we have to add VES. Okay, let us see some examples. What is the first example? Leaf. And what is the last letter of this word? F. If a noun ends with the letter F, we have to remove the last letter F and add VES. So, leaves. Leaf is a singular noun and leaves is the plural form of leaf. Let us see the second example, knife. We have to pronounce knife. So, what are the last two letters? FE. Already as I said that if the last two letters are FE, we should remove the last two letters and add VES. So, knife is the singular form and knives is the plural form of knife. Okay, just keep it in your mind. If a noun ends with the letter F or FE, we should add VES instead of F or FE. Students, Some nouns are there, they do not follow these rules. Such nouns are known as irregular nouns. What do you mean by irregular nouns? Some nouns, some words are there, they do not follow the above said rules. So these nouns are known as irregular nouns. Let us see what are they. Look at the first example. What is the first example? Child. So child, we know that child is a singular form. What is the plural form of child? Children. So this is what I said, because they do not follow rules, the entire word will be changed here. Child is the singular form and children is the plural form of child. Let us see the second example. Woman. Woman is a singular form. Then what is plural form? Women. So some slight changes are there. So some nouns are there, they do not follow these rules. So these type of nouns are known as irregular nouns. Students, now we are going to do the third exercise. The third exercise is write S if the noun is singular and P if it is plural. Write the plural form of the singular nouns and singular form of the plural nouns. What we have to do in this exercise means we have to read these words properly. If the given word is a singular means we have to write S, and after writing the letter S we have to write plural form of the given word also. Okay, let us try these words, then you can easily understand. Okay, let us see the first one, cloud. What is the first one given here? Cloud. Is cloud singular or plural noun? Yes, cloud is a singular noun. So inside the box we have to write the letter S. Okay, all of you write the letter S inside the box. S. Now it's over. And beside the box they have given a empty dash. What we have to do means, what is the plural form of cloud? Clouds. We have to add S in the end. Clouds. We have to write clouds. Okay, let's move to the second word, woman. Woman is a singular word, we know very well. So inside the box we have to write the letter S because it's a singular word, no? So that's why we are writing S. Afterwards there is an empty space. What we have to do? What is the plural form of woman? Women. So write women in the empty space. WOMEN. Women. Okay, let's move to the third one, cupboards. Is cupboards singular or plural noun? Yes, you're right. It is a plural noun. Then what you have to write inside the box? Yes, P. You have to write the letter P inside the box. Then what we have to write in the empty space? Yes, the singular noun of cupboards. So the singular form of cupboards is cupboard. CUPBOARD. Okay, let's see the fourth one, toothpick. What is the fourth one? Toothpick. So we are talking about just one toothpick. So it is a singular noun. So inside the box write the letter S. Afterwards write the plural form of toothpick. So toothpicks, we have to add S. TOOTHPICKS. Toothpicks. Okay, let's move to the fifth one, tooth. Yes, we know very well that tooth is a singular noun because we are talking about one tooth. So inside the box write the letter S because it is a singular noun. Then what we have to write? Plural form of tooth. So what is the plural form of tooth? Yes, absolutely right. It's teeth. So TEETH. You have to write teeth in an empty space. Okay students, now we have seen the first 5 in the given exercise, reminding you should try in your grammar book. Students, now we are going to do fourth exercise, that is change the underlined nouns to their plural forms and rewrite the sentences. You have to change other words too. Here they given some sentences with underlined words. We have to change that underlined words to their plural form. When we changing the words from singular to plural, we need to change the other words too if necessary. Okay, let us see the first one, how to do. The first one is the monkey is jumping from branch to branch. In this sentence, we are talking about one monkey. So, monkey is the underlined word and it is a singular noun also. So, what is the plural form of monkey? Yes, you are right. That is monkeys. Okay, let us see how to write the monkeys. monkeys, monkeys. Okay, are is will be changed as are. Jumping from branch to branch. The monkeys are jumping from branch to branch. This is the correct answer for the first one. Already as I said that the underlined word is monkey and it is changed to their plural form as monkeys. Is will be changed as are. So the answer is the monkeys are jumping from branch to branch. Students, let us see how to write the second one. The second sentence is the postman is carrying a letter and a parcel. Okay, how many underlined words are there? 2 words are there. One is letter and another one is parcel. Okay, what is the plural form of letter? Yes, you are right. That is letters. Then what is the plural form of parcel? Yes, parcels. Okay, let us see how to write this sentence. The postman is carrying letters and parcels. One thing, you just keep it in your mind. We have to use a or an before singular nouns, not for plural nouns. Okay, we have to add a or an before singular nouns. It is not applicable for plural nouns. So the answer is the postman is carrying letters and parcels. Okay students, let us see how to write the third one. The third one is I can see a bee buzzing around a flower, a shrub and a butterfly in the field. Okay, in this sentence they have underlined the 3 words. One is bee and another one is shrub and the last one is butterfly. Now we have to change these singular nouns to plural form. Okay, what is the plural form of bee? Yes, you are right, bees. Then what about shrub? Yes, the plural form of shrub is shrubs. And the plural form of butterfly is? Yes, you are right, butterflies. Because what is the last letter? Consonant followed by the letter Y. So we have to add IES to the butterfly. Okay, let us see how to write this sentence. I can see bees, because what I said in the previous sentence, we don't want to use a or an before singular before plural noun. So bees is the plural form. I can see bees buzzing around a flower and shrubs and butterflies. BUTTERFLIES, butterflies in the field. Okay, again I'm repeating. I can see bees buzzing around a flower, shrubs and butterflies in the field. Okay students, now the third one is over. Reminding you should try in your grammar book. Students, now we are going to do fifth exercise, that is filling the blanks with the correct form of the nouns. Let us do the first one. There was a loud dash and everyone began to run. And 2 options are there. One is noise, it's a singular noun, and another one is noises, it's a plural form. And just look at the question carefully. There was a loud. Already I said that a or an is used before singular noun only. So in this first sentence we have used a. It means we should use singular noun. So in the given option, which is singular noun? Yeah, You're right, noise is the singular noun. So the first answer is noise. There was a loud noise and everyone began to run. And the next one, the dash cuts the two brothers dash every month. Okay, I want to say something, that is, when we are using singular noun, we should use singular verb form. It means in the second sentence, they have used singular verb form. It means what kind of noun we have to use here? Singular noun. So barber is a singular noun and barbers is the plural form. So what is the answer for the second one? Yes, barber is the correct answer because we have used singular verb form. So that's why we are using singular noun. The barber cuts the two brothers dash every month. Hair or hairs? Because hair is an uncountable noun, we couldn't count or we couldn't separate also. So that's why hair is the correct answer. The barber cuts the two brothers hair every month. Let us move to the third one. My mother gave me a bowl of dash when I had dash. Already as I said that soup is an uncountable noun. We cannot separate or count, and uncountable nouns, they don't have plural form. So a bowl of soup. My mother gave me a bowl of soup when I had fever, not fevers, because fevers is not the correct answer. Fever. My mother gave me a bowl of soup when I had fever. Students, now we came to an end. It means we are going to recall this topic again. Let's start from the beginning. Already we know very well about nouns. A noun is a naming word which refers a person, place, an animal or a thing. Today we have discussed and revised about the topic countable and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns are nouns which can be counted. For example, pen, pencils, baskets, fruits, eraser, whatever nouns are there which can be counted, it is known as countable nouns. Uncountable nouns are also nouns which cannot be separated and which cannot be counted. For example, oil, milk, water, salt, sugar, etc. And today we have seen how to change singular noun to plural noun also based on some rules. The first rule is, if a noun ending with the letter S, SS, X, SH, CH or O, we have to add ES to the word. And the next rule is, if a noun ends with any consonant followed by the letter Y, we have to add IES and remove the last letter Y. And the third rule is, if any nouns ends with the letter F or FA, we have to add VES and remove the letter F or FA. And one more thing, if any nouns ends with vowel followed by the letter Y, we have to add S to that word. And some nouns are there, they do not follow these rules. Such nouns are known as irregular nouns. For example, men, children, oxen, women are the examples of irregular nouns. Students, I hope you have understood and revised today's concept very well. Today we have revised about the topic countable nouns and uncountable nouns. We have revised what is countable noun with examples, what is uncountable nouns with examples, how to change from singular noun to plural noun based on some rules, and we have seen some nouns that they do not follow these rules, and we have done some exercises in our grammar book, reminding you should try in your grammar book. And one more thing, don't use pen in your grammar book. Whenever you write something in grammar book, you should use pencil alone, because if you do any mistakes in your grammar book, you can easily erase it. And write neatly, write clearly and properly. Don't overwrite the words. Keep your grammar book neat and properly. We will meet on next class with another topic. Thank you.